Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here, and today we are going over a very healthy energy drink. But the ultimate question is, or questions, is how healthy is it really? And does it taste healthy? And the answers may surprise you, and they're coming right up. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today, and if you want to stay informed on all things caffeine related, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every Tuesday night and one on the weekends. And normally I don't say this up front, but I wanted to let you guys know early on, for all those people who like to skip ahead, but I did want to let you know that Marquis gave me a coupon code for you guys, and that coupon code is going to be for 50% off, 50. That's right, so you're going to be able to get half price at their website, drinkmarquis.com. So if that doesn't intrigue you to find out more about this drink, I'm not sure what will. So in this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the company. I'm going to tell you about a conversation that I had with them. Then we're going to go over the ingredients to see how healthy this drink is before doing a taste test of all 4 flavors. Timestamps and chapters down below so you can go where you want to go. Marquis was founded by 2 brothers, actually brother-in-laws, Chris and Danny, in 2010. With their very busy lifestyles, coffee and energy drinks were regularly consumed, but they realized that what they were putting into their body wasn't always the healthiest thing, because back then there wasn't a ton of sugar-free energy drinks like there are today. And not only that, but your healthy energy drinks were fairly limited, and the ones that were on the market, well, they tasted pretty healthy. You know what I mean. So they set out on a mission to not only create a healthy energy drink, but actually a good flavored healthy energy drink. Now, in May of 2020, Marquis actually contacted me to see if I could review their product. Now, unlike most other companies that just asked me for my address and sent me the drinks, they actually wanted to get on a phone call with me, and I did actually have numerous conversations with them. And they were just super, super nice, super amazing, knew what they were talking about, very passionate about their drink, and also very confident that it was one of the healthiest energy drinks on the market, as well as being the best flavored healthy energy drink. No word of a lie, I was super excited by this because they really got me hyped up. Now, 95% of the time, if not more, I usually try the very first sip with you guys on camera, but there are a couple of cases here and there where I do actually take a sneak peek, and this was one of the drinks that I took a sneak peek on. And oh my goodness, guys, back in 2020, when I took my first sip of these drinks, I almost spit them out. Yes, they were just really, really bad. And I did not know what to do, because they really love these drinks, and they were just super nice. They were really, really great. I actually wanted to go out for drinks with Cassie and Zach. They really seemed like people I could hang out with, and I felt like I was gonna end up crushing their dreams once I told them how I felt about the product. And I couldn't understand why I disliked them so much. I mean, before this point, back in 2020, there was only a couple of drinks that I disliked as much as this. And one of those drinks was Zevia. I really disliked that one. And that was actually before I even had my Caffeine Man rating chart. Otherwise, they would have scored really low. And then it occurred to me that out of the drinks that I disliked the most of them ended up having stevia in them. So I ended up deciding to research this a bit, and a bit became going down a rabbit hole and spending numerous hours over a couple of days time looking at all the research. And I actually found out some very interesting information. I found numerous studies were done on artificial sweeteners, and there was a small percentage of the population that had negative reactions to artificial sweeteners. But stevia and monk fruit weren't artificial sweeteners, so I actually researched it a bit more, found some studies on stevia, and to my surprise, there was this one study that said 25% of the people in the study actually had a negative reaction on their taste buds when they had stevia that made them think it tasted like chemicals. Boom, that was me. That was the reaction that I was getting. Now, knowing that, there was no way I could actually ever review a product and give it a fair review if it had stevia in it. So I contacted them and let them know that I didn't really like the drinks, but there was a reason for it, and I let them know the information that I found out, and they were very intrigued by that information. They were very interested in hearing it, and I let them know if they do end up coming out with a different product without stevia, let me know. And then I figured that was actually going to be the end of it. Well, here it is, nearly 2 years later, and they just contacted me again. They let me know that after talking to me, they started doing tons of research. They did market research, they did consumer research, they did research on the studies about stevia that I had mentioned, as well as a lot more research than what I did. They really looked into it. And from all the information that they were able to gather, they decided that they were actually going to change their formula. And it is definitely better than me almost spitting it out in 2020. So what is it that they changed? Well, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the ingredients and the nutrition facts panel first. So when looking at the nutrition facts panel, let's go ahead and take a look at all those zeros first. You got 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 protein, 0 sodium. You do have 9 grams of carbs, but 0 sugar. And why is that? Well, they're actually using 9 grams of erythritol, which I have been saying for years now that I am a huge fan of companies that use erythritol because it is a natural plant-based sweetener, so your net carbs end up being 0. For all the companies that look to make healthy energy drinks, they usually use stevia or monk fruit and sometimes erythritol, but like I said, stevia and monk fruit definitely do have their downsides for a decent amount of people, even though it's a small percentage. When you look at nationwide, that number ends up being pretty big. So they actually switched up from primarily using stevia to primarily using erythritol, which I think was a great move for them. And looking at the vitamins, you're going to be getting 100% of your daily value of vitamin C, as well as 100% of your B vitamins and B3, B6, B5, plus 250% of your daily value of B12. This drink is also vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO verified, keto-friendly, and also has 1% juice in it. It is sounding great so far, so let's take a closer look at some of the ingredients. Besides erythritol, one of my favorite things in this drink is that the natural caffeine is actually coming from 3 different sources. Now, natural caffeine takes the body slightly longer to process, therefore you get a longer lasting caffeine out of it, a longer lasting energy. And that tri-blend comes from green tea, yerba mate, and green coffee. Not only are these great sources of natural caffeine, but they're actually very healthy ingredients too. Green tea and yerba mate are 2 of the healthiest drinks on the planet because they are filled with tons of antioxidants and lots of other great things for your body. Therefore, those ingredients are making it a very healthy drink, and with a combination of a lot of the other organic ingredients, it makes it a very, very healthy energy drink. And also, I do want to point out that healthy is a relative term. Lots of different people have different beliefs on what they consider to be healthy and not healthy. So these are definitely general guidelines for you and letting you know that each one of these ingredients is definitely healthy. There are drinks that have more ingredients, more vitamins, that people will say that makes it healthier. And there are some drinks that actually have less ingredients and people say those are healthier because they have less ingredients. So it really is going to be kind of up to you. All I am doing is pointing out the facts that this has lots of healthy ingredients in it and does seem to be one of the healthiest energy drinks out there. As for how much caffeine is actually in this can, you're getting 100 milligrams of caffeine out of this 12-ounce can. And I have to say, I love that amount. I know a lot of people think as caffeine man, I would typically like higher amounts, but honestly, I don't like the 300 milligram drinks because it's too much. And I think 100 to 200 is a great number because it gives you more options throughout the day. It can also be great for people who are sensitive to caffeine and looking for a little bit less. That way they can have this in the morning or even the early afternoon and not have to worry about not being able to sleep at night. But like I said, it is also great for people who have several different caffeinated sources throughout the day, which is how I am. I actually have 1 to 2 cups of tea a day. I sometimes have a caffeinated mint or caffeinated gum after lunch. And if I have this drink, that will give me 100 milligrams, which leaves me with another 300 milligrams to have throughout the day. I could have another energy drink on top of that to make sure I'm staying under my 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. So it allows me to have another energy drink, or it allows me to have 3 more of these healthy energy drinks. So I am definitely a fan of drinks that have lower caffeine content. Now, as we continue to look through the ingredients, we will see that there are different juices and concentrates, and those will be different based on the flavor of the drink. In addition to erythritol, there is also a little bit of monk fruit in here, and there is actually still a touch, an itty bitty bit of stevia in here, but it is the last ingredient on the list, which means that is the ingredient that they have the least of. And a little spoiler alert for some people, I like to say spoiler alert just in case people don't want to know everything about the drink. I have already sampled one of the drinks and I was not able to taste the stevia in it, so thank you, Marquis. So now that we know that this is one of the top healthier energy drinks out there, based on the ingredients in the nutrition facts panel, let's go ahead, let's taste it out to see if it actually tastes healthy in a good way or in a bad way. Let's taste them out. Just gonna grab them from my Caffeine Man fridge, and like I mentioned earlier, I just want to point out again that they are giving 50% off to Caffeine Man viewers. You're not gonna find this coupon code anyplace else online. It's only for Caffeine Man viewers. So if this drink sounds good to you or any of your friends or anyone that you know likes healthy energy drinks or looking to get a more healthy energy drink, they can use coupon code Caffeine Man 50 to get 50% off their purchase at drinkmarquis.com. And just so you know, this is not an affiliate link. I do not not get any commission from this link. This is not a sponsored video. They just sent me the drinks in exchange for an honest review. So thank you to Marquis for sending me these drinks. Did I mention they have variety packs too? I know some of you guys don't like buying cases of just one flavor. They also have variety packs, but let's get into these drinks. So the first one we're going to be starting out with is the Citrus Yuzu. Usually when it comes to the healthy energy drinks, ones that have citrus and especially yuzu flavors, usually like a lemon and lime type of flavor, and those are usually going to taste the best because whether you have an all natural lemon lime or a really sweet lemon lime flavor, lemon and lime usually taste the same. And of course, I want to point out as a little disclaimer, in case this is your first Caffeine Man video on healthy energy drinks, the healthy energy drinks are not going to be like your Bang, your Raises, your Reigns. They usually are not as sweet as those drinks, and usually the flavor profile isn't as strong as those drinks because they're not loading them up with sucralose and other artificial sweeteners. These use natural sweeteners, and I think all of us are looking for a healthy energy drink that actually tastes really good. Let's go ahead, see how Marquis did with it. A mostly clear color. You probably got a little bit of citrusy lemon lime color in there from the juice concentrates, but it is not going to be artificial colors. It's all natural colors. Let's taste it out. So for your carbonation, you're actually getting a low to medium carbonation out of here. They're really going with a light drink. I've always been a fan of drinks that had medium carbonation or lower. Those high carbonations are just too burpy. As for your sweetness, you're getting a low to medium sweetness, and I think it's trying to hit that medium mark, but because of the citrus with the yuzu, I think it is pulling back a little bit on the sweetness. And for your flavor profile, for a healthy energy drink, I actually think they're giving you a medium to high flavor profile because they are giving you a lot of that citrusy flavor and that yuzu flavor in there. It's probably one of the stronger citrus yuzus I've had out of all the healthy energy drinks. Not only that, but it ends up being a very light and refreshing drink. And when it comes to that healthy flavor, I usually think that healthy flavor is from some of the earthy, crunchy, natural flavors, as well as sparkling water flavors. And you're not getting much of a sparkling water flavor out of here at all. You're getting a very, very minimal amount of what I call the sparkling water flavor, but they really are going more with a yerba mate, green tea, and coffee bean. And I can't really taste the coffee bean, but I can taste a little bit of that yerba mate. I am a huge fan of some of the yerba mate drinks out there. The problem is a lot of them have too much sugar in them, so it really is nice to get a little bit of that yerba mate flavor in here, but you are primarily getting the sweetness and that citrus yuzu flavor, so I am definitely a fan of these. Therefore, with how much I like this drink, where are we going to be putting it on the Caffeine Man rating chart? I am actually going to give this an 8.0, a solid start from Marquis. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we're going to be going with the Mango Ginger. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of mango drinks. When it comes to the healthy energy drinks, there haven't really been any mangoes that I've liked. So let's see how they did with this Mango Ginger flavor. See how natural it is. A very light yellowish color. The carbonation is going to be the same on all of them, so I'm not going to talk about the carbonation. The sweetness is a little bit different. I do think that this one is a touch sweeter than that citrus yuzu, so we're going to call this a medium sweetness. And then for the flavor profile, it's also a medium to high flavor profile, but it's those flavors that I don't really like. It is more of a natural mango flavor, and even though they are giving it a bit more sweetness, it's not really hitting that caliber of a nice sweet mango that I like, so it really is more of a healthy mango. But there have been other healthy mango energy drinks really went natural mango without much sweetness at all. I definitely did not like those. So this does have a little bit of a mango flavor that I could stand a bit more than those. But then the ginger comes in, and like I said, with the ginger flavors, I usually like something that's a little bit spicy. I make my own ginger tea, and I brew the whole thing for way too long so that it is a nice spicy ginger tea. And I'm not getting any spice out of this. All I am getting is a little bit light flavor of ginger without the spiciness of ginger. And the only thing that I do like about ginger is the spiciness of it. So you take that spiciness away and you're left with this kind of earthy feel to it. Both of those natural flavors, for me personally, aren't really mixing that well. If you're someone who likes the non-spicy ginger flavors mixed in with the mango, it's gonna be for you. But for me, it's not really working. But it definitely doesn't mean it's a bad flavor, because I think they did a good job. Like I said, when it comes to natural mango flavors, I think they're doing a good natural mango flavor. It's just not sweet enough for me. But let's go ahead, let's take a look where it's gonna be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart. It's not a terrible flavor, but not something I would pick up again. I'm actually gonna give this a 6.9, which might actually look low when you compare it to other standard energy drinks that I review. But when you compare it to other healthy energy drinks on the list, you'll see this is one of the better scoring ones for the healthy energy drink, and that's still what we're looking for, a better flavored healthy energy drink. Next one up is the Super Berry. There we go, we're getting a little bit more of a pinkish color from this one. So we already know about the carbonation. The sweetness is going to be a medium sweetness. Flavor profile, also going for a medium to high flavor profile. I think this one is closing in on high. They're giving you a decent amount of that berry flavor, and I think it's going more towards a raspberry flavor as opposed to like a blue ras flavor. And the raspberry flavor is a bit of a natural flavor, but I've had a lot of different berries, blueberries and raspberries, that the natural flavor of those berries is just too light and too earthy, crunchy for me is how I describe it. Hopefully you guys know the flavor I'm talking about. But I think they put enough sweetness in here so that it actually tastes pretty good. I'd have to say, out of all the healthy energy drinks, this is probably the only berry that I've actually liked that's been successful doing a natural berry flavor and giving it just that right amount of sweetness so that the berry actually tastes good. So where's this gonna be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart? I'm going to be giving this a 7.7 because, once again, I did say it is one of my top berries, and I don't have all my scores memorized. I should look at them beforehand. But yeah, Super Berry by Marquis getting a 7.7. Let's move on to the last one. And the last one up is going to be the Lychee Peach. Lychee Peach? I used to know it when I did my Rain Lilikoi Lychee. Yeah, I think it's lychee, not lychee. And as you guys know, not many lychee drinks out there. Lilikoi Lychee was the only one done by Rain, and I'm trying to think of the other energy drinks, and I don't remember it. But primarily though, we're gonna be taking a look at this as a peach drink. Tons of peach drinks out there, so we're gonna see how they did with their peach flavor. Not to mention, this is their newest release. Yes, I'm not sure if it's on the website yet. I think they said they were actually gonna be releasing it right around the same time as my videos, but it is their newest and latest flavor, and they said that this one was probably one of their best ones, which is why I saved it for last. I said, well, I'm not sure if it's gonna beat that citrus yuzu, because natural peach flavor can be a little hit or miss, but let's go ahead, let's taste out the Lychee Peach. All right, we did actually save the best for last. The sweetness on this one, I am actually going to say the sweetness is a medium to high sweetness, but more closely to medium, but it is probably the sweetest one out of the four of them. For your flavor profile, I am going to say you are hitting the high level on this one. It is on the very, very cusp, the very low end of high, but I do think that with the amount of flavor that they put in here, it is getting that high flavor profile. It is probably one of the strongest flavors I've had from any of the healthy energy drinks, so they're doing a great job on here. The lychee flavor, I am getting hints of that Rain Lilikoi Lychee, which, if you didn't watch my video on the energy drink intervention, I ended up buying 2 cases of the Rain Lilikoi Lychee because I was a big fan of the flavor, but it was on like super sale for like $6.95 a case. I had to pick it up, and because I've been drinking that just a little bit more often lately, I don't like my 300 drinks, but now I have them. I am picking up a little bit of that flavor in this can, and it's a really good flavor. But what I'm picking up even more is a bit of that natural peach flavor, and because there is a decent amount of sweetness in there, it actually is a really good peach flavor, and it is actually a natural peach flavor. And this is probably going to be the only one that I can somewhat compare to your standard energy drinks, because it is tasting just a touch like that Rain Lilikoi Lychee, but it is also tasting a touch like the newest flavor from Monster Ultra, the Ultra Peachy Keen. The Ultra Peachy Keen was one of the only peach flavors from the standard energy drinks that went with more of a natural peach flavor. They still gave it plenty of sweetness, don't you worry. They still use their sucralose, Ace K, and everything else that they put in there. But that one, out of all the peaches that I had, was really more of a natural peach flavor, and I'm getting that natural peach flavor out of here. This is probably one of my best flavors for peach flavors of the natural peach flavors, and the best one out of the Marquis. So where am I going to be putting this on the Caffeine Man rating chart? I am actually going to be giving this an 8.5. Yes, an 8.5. So Marquis with their Lychee Peach getting an 8.5. And keep in mind that this is for the healthy energy drinks. This is not really going to be comparable to your standard energy drinks 8.5. So for those of you who keep track of my Caffeine Man rating chart, you're going to be looking at some of my 8.2s and 8.3s and be like, oh, is that really better than the G Fuel PewDiePie? And actually, they are actually better than the G Fuel PewDiePie. So I should give a different example of an 8 point, of something lower than 8.5. Is it better than the Bang Strawberry Blast and Miami Cola? Most definitely. So you know what? Yeah, I actually think that it is probably competitive. Even though it's a healthy energy drink, it is still going to be competitive with the standard energy drinks. But yeah, do keep in mind that they are healthy energy drinks, so they do have a little bit of a different flavor. So thank you again to everyone for watching this video. I hope you found some useful information out of it. Thank you again to Marquis for sending me these drinks to try out. And until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night.